Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again to another Paladins video. We're back on live for I think the next 2 weeks or so, judging just from the event pass until the update I covered on the BTS will be fully sort of out. So I thought what I'd do in this weird limbo in between area where we know what's coming but it's not properly out yet, I'd do what I've been meaning to do for a while, which is catch up on sort of the meta for some of the characters. Not that I've really planned this out very well, but starting today with Zhin because I haven't covered him in about 6 months, ever since like the quarter race change or anything like that. I think it was the last time I actually got a skin. He does have some really good combos here, which we'll flick a few through, but yeah, we're going to play meta Zhin. I think that's the focus. Although I might go for Spinny Zinny if there's a perfect scenario for it, which is going to stick to what I've been rolling with a little bit recently. I haven't been playing much Zhin, but I have actually been playing quite a bit of Paladins. I've changed a bunch of stuff with like my setup and my sensitivities and everything, so hopefully I'll be playing a little bit better than I was before, though I haven't got everything properly finished yet. But yeah, counter Zhin is pretty much the standard I see at the moment, with reset on it, reset on the Q as well. I'd say the speed is optional, but I really like it. You could put something else in here, of course, if you want to, then a bit of health and a bit of ammo. Very standard stuff. Let's just jump into game one. Quick intro. Don't know if I've spoken about this before in a video, but I feel like my mentality's been the same for a really long time, so I probably have, but I always want to be good or very good at the games that I play, even if I don't want to be at the top. I very rarely want to be, you know, like a pro or like top of ranked or whatever, but I always want to play well, and it's been forever since I like properly tinkered with my stuff. I used to play ranked, don't really want to play ranked anymore for pretty much any game, just stick to casuals and, you know, having fun whilst also playing hopefully well. Don't know if I explained that at all, but the vibe for my videos is very similar to just the way I play games normally. Is sort of chill but also putting in a bit of effort. We got Onslaught Marauders port for game one. We got a Vivian, a Ruckus, a Cassie, and a Grok. Shoutouts to I think the two of them there in the chat. For their side, we're up against a Ray, a Barrack, a Makoa, a Dredge, and a Vora. But what I was trying to get at with the point of, you know, wanting to be good at games is that the setup I've been using, at least my mouse and like pad and stuff, has been the same for like 6 years. So yeah, I'm finally getting around to replacing and updating some of my stuff, but I guess we can go for Guillotine. They do have the double tank. Smolder's also kind of appealing because we've only got a Grok. I guess I'll just go for Smolder and we'll try and run that, and then we'll go for Cronus and Nimble. It has been a while since I played Zhin. Got Booby Trap, Rocket Barrage, Impulse, Maelstrom. Playing the point here isn't going to really work. Unyielding, Hurl, Pluck, Extension, and Forge Fire. Seems like everybody went top. Okay, let's just slash away at whoever we can get hits on. Get a cheeky angle here maybe. Grok is actually doing okay here on heals. We'll pull up the counter. I don't know if that actually gets reset on shields, but it doesn't seem like it does. We'll Q. I expected him to hook. You can usually guess the timing on a Makoa hook, and that sort of worked. Getting a little bit blasted here, but I'm going to try and push on the point. Pretty good hit on the couple of them there. There's a hit, counter, hit, spin. I did try and make some sort of play there, but that didn't really work out. Pretty much everything about my recording setup is the same on my PC. I've just kind of been working on the peripherals and my sensitivities and everything because it had just been so goddamn long since I properly tweaked with that stuff. We'll put up the counter. Really? No one's going to hit into me? That is a bit of a downside to the speed on the freaking counters, that a lot of the time makes people not hit you because you're moving too fast and then you don't really feed into the reset. See, I feel like that Vora there, if we didn't have the speed, we would have maybe gotten rid of. I'm dead. I missed the hit. Just kind of sitting on the point. We have recovered it really quite well here. Let's get some slashes on the Dredge. I've been really distracted in this one so far. Just constantly not having people hit into my counter because of the speed. So maybe I should run a version of the setup that doesn't have it in there just because it does make you a little bit too hard to hit sometimes. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't run that. I don't know. It's definitely something to consider. I did say at the start it was optional. Pushing in here on the side. There's the counter. If you don't hit me here, come on, my guy. I'm like point blank range here. Let's get rid of the turret. There's the Q. Timed that very well. We'll go for the ult. Okay, so if a Vora ults a Zhin, Vora ult goes through Zhin ult. I've never had that interaction before. I feel kind of cheesed, to be honest, but obviously my ult shouldn't hit her. Yeah, one of the things though that you probably notice right away if I ever had like a mouse cam, not that I'm good enough to really ever need to use one of those, it's not like I'm good enough that you think I might be cheating or anything, and face cams kind of already more than enough. Let's get hits here on the Dredge, but I grip my mouse in a really different way than most people, sort of like a fingertip claw, because of the hand size and the mouse size that I use, although I could do with a lighter mouse. It looks kind of weird and is apparently quite a bit different than most people. Most people kind of palm a mouse. I don't really know how that would work. It just feels really awkward for me to do that with any mouse I've got. Don't know how this is turning into a mouse video, but yeah, maybe at some point I'll do a setup video just showing like my Paladin settings and sort of the peripheral stuff that I use. I don't think I actually have that written down. Anyway, I think I used to in a few places, but yeah, back onto Paladins, the focus of this video, and Zhin actually doing a really solid job so far, though the speed on the counter has definitely been messing me up. That's Vora going for an ult. There's Makoa as well. I guess we'll fire into him to get him cleared. It's a counter hit into me. I actually missed it that time. The one time I hit into me, I wasn't actually aiming right. Let's go ahead, ult the Barrack. There we go. That didn't feel very good. Counter hit into me. There's the Billow. Okay, I think we're actually fine here. Counter again. There we go, nice. We can counter again in a second. We've got max chrono, so it's kind of spammy. Dredges up top. Alright, I was inhaling as I had to call that out. Let's get rid of the barrack here down on the bottom. Some slashes as he's behind the shield. There's a counter. There we go. Okay, that didn't give me reset. There's the billow. She did link to me. There's a counter. There's a hit, spin, hit, counter again. You're going to push. I think barrack turret can trigger it, but I'm not doing a great job here of aiming. We'll billow just in case and wiggle back. Dredge is kind of just sitting up top, so I guess we'll get rid of him. He's placing one of his Fs down, but not with a second one, so he can't actually escape. It gives me a free kill every single time I go for the flank. There goes the Makoa, there goes Ray. Counter. No, I just want to get a cheesy kill there because people always panic when they're low. There goes the barrack. Seems like we're going to win this one, as long as I don't screw it up and actually play well. There's a counter. I think we can block that, but I didn't really want to risk it. So Makoa running around the top. No, did end up dying, which is a bit of a shame. We'll go ahead and max out Haven. 15% damage reduction. Seems kind of pricey, but will make a pretty big difference. There's a counter on barrack. Literally, no one's hitting into me. I don't feel like they're even doing it on purpose. Let's just clear that. There we go. Don't know why she's so pushed up. There's a counter. That missed. Are you kidding me? There's another one. That time it hit. Okay, there's one more counter. There's the Q. That's the Ruckus going for the ult. I'm going to try and flank the dredge here. Should be pretty free. Yep, there we go. Try and recover this. It's somehow actually kind of close for them, actually. Ray jumped off the map. There's the Q for the heal. Makoa's going for the ult. That's whatever. There's a counter. Just go ahead and finish him off here. Counter. He's dead. The speed is something I'm actually going to take out of the setup for the next game because it really is actually working in the reverse that I'm trying to get it to work. I feel like I've been getting the ultimate really quickly for Zhin. I don't feel like his is usually that quick, but this time around I'm getting it up like way more than I even need to. We can just hold him off here. We should be able to get it. I'm going to hyper push here with the Grok who's going for the ult. We'll spin in on the Ray. She's going to ult. We'll go for hours on her. Am I dead here? God damn, sometimes I miss old Zhin ult. She was like one hit off of dying there. 381 to 394. They deserve the win, to be honest. They were the better teams. There is the defeat. And yeah, there you go. There are the stats. We did pretty good. I could have done way better there, to be honest. I don't feel like I played particularly well, but yeah, not bad for my first game with Zhin in a couple of months. We'll edit the setup a bit and jump into a game 2. Let's just get rid of the speed. So here is the second setup. I'm going to keep it the exact same, just change out the speed on the right click for speed in the queue because it felt very slow, way slower than I remember it being. Alright, well for game 2 we're on Siege Jaguar Falls, and I want to mention this because I feel like I can't be the only person who has this experience. Whenever I go up against a Zhin and they're running this skin, they nearly always do a really good job. I don't know what it is with Ebon Star and Zhin players that just scares me a little bit. It's not the same with the other skins. I feel like I've gone against bad Zhins on everything else except for Ebon Star. Russian here in the chat, no idea what they're saying. He's saying he's not a healer. So we have Makoa, Damage, Grok, Tiberius and Bomb King. Then for their side, Torvald, Drogos, Moji, BK and Ray. I also want to mention that I probably wouldn't have changed much about my peripheral stuff, especially my mouse, if it wasn't that it double clicked, because it's been doing it for like 6 months to like a year now. I've just kind of ignored it, but it just keeps getting worse. I would have probably just changed the switches on it, but it's a bit of an awkward mouse to probably like open and change the switches on. I changed the pads, but I also want a lighter one and a more up-to-date one that isn't like 6 years old. Let's go for, yeah, Smolder, and then the same setup but with the speed on the Q. We've got Pluck, Tiger Sphere, Maelstrom, Chain Reaction. I guess I don't really need a Wrecker if he's going to be spamming the Maelstrom. Then they've got Accelerant, which is going to be kind of scary. God, I checked. Strike Attack, thanks Grandpa, Focus and Combustible. Straight into the middle, even though I'm a flanker. Hits on the Moji. We can get rid of her shield even though she's in her immunity. Didn't know that. Alright, spin around right side. Let's go back into the middle. Tiberius just going to get rid of her for free. Just feel like I should mention though that regardless of like what keyboard and mouse or setup really you use, it's not going to massively change, you know, your rank. If you're like bronze, it's not going to take you into like Grandmaster or whatever. It'll just help you a little bit and make things a little bit easier, especially if you know what it is you're kind of hating about the stuff you currently got. There's some hits. I don't know how the counter didn't land there. We'll billow. Don't know why this video turned into like a setup talk, but somehow ended up happening. I'm just trying to not die to the Drogos. I guess we can kill him. That works too. Grok hit me with something, my guy, but obviously you're not a healer, so I shouldn't be expecting it. I'll just wait. That's a BK stun counter. That does put us into combat. Actually kind of good to know, to be honest. Hits on the BK. He should be dead here, right? If Grok was a healer, we'd be doing so much better. I don't know why he was so stubborn, decided to play damage, but he is casual, so why would I expect anything else? There goes everybody. Nice, except for the Drogos. Will billow. The Q feels way better with the speed on it. We are kind of just screwed here because of the fact we don't have a healer. Grok could have easily just gone for it, even if he didn't have something set up. The default setups are there for a reason. Yeah, it really is a bit of a shame. He can silence me out of counter. I didn't know that. There are so many interactions with Zhin that I just don't remember because it's been so long since I played him. Do we go for the ult? I missed. Okay. fine anyway, but hello BK slash dash and a finish. Thank you, Tiberius. Would have probably died there. Man, gotta love this weapon. Definitely one of my favorites in Paladins. It's not perfect. I would change maybe a few things about it, but it does look really, really good. There's the counter. There's the Biller that does reset the link on us, so a couple good hits on him there. There's the counter. He actually hit into me, or maybe that was the Drogo's. There's the counter again. I wish the counter went a little bit further, but that'd probably make it too strong. BK's ulting, getting caught on the corner a little bit, but he should be able to get somebody with the detonate right. Did he hit? He did hit the Ray. I think she ulted. She's still dead. Counter there on the Drogo's. Not going to hit into me. Okay, there's the Billow. Really, really shit timing on that. Am I dead? Probably. We're going to get indoors to try and hide, pull the counter up. That doesn't give me a speed buff though. Am I just dead any second? We're out of combat, so I guess we're alright. Yeah, it feels really bad that he can silence me out of my counter or just around the timing of it. I guess we should grab Resilience to deal with that. Okay, I guess we'll go for Resilience. This game just feels cursed because we don't have a healer. That feels like really stupid to say because you can obviously win games without a support, but this one feels particularly rough right now. We're going to kind of get in behind them a little bit. I was trying to spam like the counter there, but the timing on it wasn't perfect because of the chronos not being high enough. Ray's still alive. Torvald's ulting. This is going to be a 0-2, right? Yeah, there we go. Defense thread. I don't think they've changed Zhin's ultimate at all, but it does feel really, really quick to charge. I've seen people grab morale boost on Zhin, like at least a little bit. I understand why, because already it charging as quick as it does, especially if you're going for the taunt, you do want to spam it. It would be quite easy to get off quite often. Grok there saying hard without healer as he picked a Maelstrom and then a damage setup. I honestly, I don't even know what I could possibly say against that. That isn't just incredibly obvious. Let's try and turn this into at least an honourable loss. I'm going to try and suck a little bit less. Okay, well done there. To be honest, we'll pop the Q. I can't get out of the Billow early. We'll ult the Ray. She should be dead, right? She has the damage reduction or whatever, but we still cleared her. There's a hit. Right click. Cool, Torvald's gone. How are we winning this? What? BK on the right side. Don't know exactly what he's trying to do by running in this direction, but we'll give him a hand and kill the BK. Yeah, I don't know if the emoji's here or not. She's playing kind of weird, but she actually was playing the same the last round, so wouldn't be surprised if that's just her playstyle. I don't know. Gets into him here. Actually doing okay. Really spamming the counter, but it feels so bad with the silence. Resilience kind of saving my ass there. Grok's going for the ult. We're pushing in hard. There's the right click to counter that. Hits into anybody we can get him into, to be honest. There's the counter again. It is definitely way easier to get it hit or triggered, I suppose, when you're not running the extra speed. So there's definitely a reason to not run it. Do really like the speed on the Q, so I'm probably just going to use this one a little bit more often, but I feel like a hybrid between the two is probably the best way to run a setup for Zhin. See a little bit here from the Grok, and then we'll push in. There's a right click. Takes a little while to trigger because of the timer on it, but there goes the Moji. Let's get rid of the Drogos here as well. Counter, cool, he's out. We're going to get this 2-2. I thought we were just screwed, but maybe they had somebody DC. I'm not really quite sure. Billow, a little bit early there, but we'll get it reset if we get a kill, so it's fine. Just kill the BK, that solves the problem, right? He's on 2 health. There we go. Okay, hello, Torvald. I am right at your spawn door here. Really thought I'd have distracted them long enough there. It's like one step away from the point. We'll grab more Chronos and run in. Chronos is quite important here because it means we can spam the right click. Right now it's got like a second or two on it. Should have played safer, to be honest, and that would have probably gone in our favour. Seems like they're just sitting on the point, so I can't really sneak around. Anyway, we're going to just billow and then pull back towards the team. That speed makes that escape really, really quick. Jesus. Healed from being out of combat, and we'll go in. There's a counter. That worked. That feels really, really quite satisfying, to be honest. To get absolutely shredded there, Drogo. This should win us the fight, right? There's a counter. There we go. He's gone. We'll spin in. Get the lined up double hit. That was, again, very satisfying. That's a freaking clean team wipe, my guy. Holy, there is the 2-2. That might have been one of the most satisfying set of plays I've had, at least in a goddamn minute. We'll go for not more Rekka. I think I'm just going to save up and get Chronos. Resilience is also really, really useful, especially with the Accelerant. To be honest here, Resilience is a really, really nice choice, especially because the Ray is marking me quite a bit. Drogo's with the right click, Torvald with the ultimate. I guess we'll just finish Resilience. Yeah, screw it. I don't know if that makes that much sense, but I'm going to do it anyway. I feel like Rekka might have been a slight mistake. We can just get stunned by that. Don't need to use the Q. With max Resilience, it's like instant. Let's get rid of the Moji. There we go. But yeah, I kind of wish when you were at max items, you could like sell item to buy more stuff. That was such a shitty way of explaining what I was trying to say, but some of you would have gotten what I meant by that. Just kind of wish that once I had my items completely finished, like Rekka max level, even though games don't really go on long enough where you have everything finished and you'd want to sell and buy something, it would be kind of nice to be able to do that. Not that that's a particularly good way to implement what I'm trying to do though. There's definitely a better way to do it for sure. We do have the ult. Do we ult the Ray, or what's the plan? I'm not really used to Zhin's timing, to be honest. Jesus Christ, I'm dead. Did I really take 1500 from salvo? How did I take 1500 from salvo? Did I get direct hit by every rocket? What? Sort of distracted because I'm trying to talk about item stuff. I really shouldn't have bought Rekka. Should have probably gone for something else. Let's just go for the flank here. There's the counter. I should be popping that quite a bit more early than I am. Do we go for the ult? I don't want to do it too early because then they're all going to focus me and I'm going to die. There's a counter. How the hell did that not hit me? I feel like if I was going to take damage there, that would have triggered something. There's the Q. Really having a hard time here without the healer. There's the stun on the Torvald counter because he was going to hit. There's the spin. There's a right click. Did we just counter the Drogos again? That wasn't even that intentional, but the ultimate on Zhin at the moment does feel kind of rough. That's the only thing that right now I'm really not enjoying with him, is that you don't have any sort of immunity. You shouldn't have damage immunity for sure, but even CC immunity I feel like would be quite nice to have, because playing that last game with Vora was pretty janky. There is the right click. I don't know how that hit me, but okay. Try to get rid of the emoji. She's super low. So is the Torvald. That was such a pretty hit, but that didn't really work that well. There's the Billow. How am I not dead? My wording today is so scuffed. Definitely because I haven't recorded anything since the BTS videos. It's been a little while, but yeah, it's really hard for me to just properly say what I'm trying to say. We're going to spin in, chase off the Drogos. Am I going in this deep? This is a risky play, especially without the ultimate up. There's the counter. No one's even going to hit into me. There's the Billow. They can't get away though. We're fine here. We should be able to get far enough away, right? So counter again. Hit into me. Okay, I literally have my counter up. No? Did he not hit my counter? Did he hit behind me or something? I feel like their team counters Zhin really, really hard, although some of our team also massively counter theirs. I don't know if, again, that was even a proper sentence, but what I'm trying to say is right now I feel like I'm doing such an awkward job of playing Zhin, not only because I'm rusty with him, but just because of team comps and stuff. There's a counter. That hit, thank God. We don't have max Chronos though. Put up the counter again, but I just got blasted. This is definitely one of those situations that we should not win, and because of the team comp we've got, we really, really shouldn't win, but somehow I still have some small hope that it might happen. I threw the ult in onto Torvald. He did dive for it. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the 2-4, which is well deserved, to be honest. There is the defeat. There was a glimmer of hope in there, somewhere in the middle, but obviously should be a defeat. 10-10, 71k. I'm happy with how I did. I could have done better for sure, but it definitely could have been much, much worse, and I'm still relatively happy with how that ended up turning out. Drogo's definitely the MVP there. Torvald also did a fantastic job, and Ray. Torvald and Ray really screw us in. Drogo's does a little bit, to be honest, as well, though we did counter his ultimate, I think, every single time we tried it. I think 3 times, so that's at least some in. Nothing else I can really say on this stat screen that won't be incredibly obvious. Healers would have been really, really nice there. Yeah, there we go. That was Zhin. Counter Zhin, to be specific. Thank you for watching. This has probably been a bit of a longer video than usual, so if you're here at the end, I really do appreciate it. You're a real MVP. Let me know, of course, who you want to see me cover next, especially if I haven't covered them in a really, really long time, which is sort of what this mini series is going to be, so that's not really a series. Yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Of course, I'll see you guys all really, really soon. Like I said, let me know what you want to see me do next, and as always, stay frosty.